So the other day my wife asked me, why do you make YouTube videos? And I had to admit that it's been a while since I thought about that. You know, sometimes you get so caught up in the views and the busyness of creating videos that you forget why you started. Once I remembered why I created this channel about Hawaii in the first place, that sort of centered me from all of the metric and vanity distractions. And so I wanted to share the reason why I really started Hello from Hawaii, the mistakes I made, and the most rewarding part of making these videos. I also want to thank all of those who subscribed to the channel as we've reached 20,000 subscribers. Hey, not bad, yeah, for a kid that went public school. So back in 2018, I was burned out on my first YouTube channel called Minute Book Reports. It's relatively successful at 38,000 subscribers and 8.4 million total views, but I wasn't able to stick with the vision I had for that channel. In fact, the channel turned into the very thing I didn't want it to turn into. You see, I love reading and I want to share that love of reading with others through video. And it really bothered me that students would skip reading and use Wikipedia for their book summaries, so I wanted to change that. You see, I thought the best way to do that was to create videos by summarizing the books quickly in short videos in hopes to get students excited about the book so that they would read it later on. And so I created these short hand-drawn videos and the channel slowly grew. People found the videos really useful, but for many of the wrong reasons. It was, thanks for the video, now I don't have to read the book. How many people are here because you have a book report due tomorrow? You saved me from having to read the book, thanks. They were simply using the videos to copy my summaries and not reading the books like I had hoped. And I tried to steer the channel back into the direction that I wanted it to go several times, but it just never worked. The videos where I would focus more on themes in the books got low views, while the quick summaries continued to get more views. So I kept on making summaries until I burned out and was bored. Had I kept uploading videos on that channel, I probably would have over 100,000 subscribers by now, but I wouldn't be proud of it because the content missed the point. And I thought that if I ever created a new channel, I wouldn't make that same mistake. So fast forward to this channel. I had always thought a channel about Hawaii from a local's perspective would be interesting. You know, Hawaii has been romanticized for so long through marketing and media, and even today's social media continues that narrative. When I see some of the content out there about Hawaii, I almost don't recognize the places that they're talking about because the way things are being portrayed are not how things really are. At least as someone who has grown up here. And there are just so many misconceptions about how things are in Hawaii that I thought someone should say something. So why couldn't that person be me? And with an internet full of glamorous photos and adventurous videos, maybe there's room for at least one voice who can talk about the realities of life in Hawaii without trying to impress followers with a fictitious narrative of paradise. Or at least get the conversation started and then see where it goes. At the time, there were a few channels about Hawaii, but none talked about what it was really like here. Most of the videos I saw were either travel guides, walking tours, food videos, or those one-off travel vlogger highlight reels with the endless drone shots and slow motion dives off of rocks or bridges. And I thought to myself, I think I could make something different. I wanted to pull back the filters of life in Hawaii by talking about the things that mattered to me and what I thought mattered to a lot of locals. And a lot of these issues may not be things that people outside of Hawaii may be aware of, because why would they, right? Hawaii is a paradise. I started posting on this channel back in April 2019 with a goal of weekly videos for just 1 year to see if it was helpful to anyone. And in those early days, I was happy with 100 views per video. I thought to myself, wow, 100 people actually watched this? That's awesome. And I kept on going. Then in the summer of 2020, one of my videos started getting shared. It was a video from November 2019 about how hard things in Hawaii really are. And I think that the message really connected with people, and there were a lot of great comments and engagements on that video. Since then, several of my videos have done pretty good, and I'm glad that people find them interesting and helpful. So as I'm approaching year 3 on this channel, I'm thankful for the 20,000 subscribers. The way that the YouTube algorithm works these days, the subscriber count doesn't really matter much. But that doesn't mean that the subscribers don't matter. They do. I mean, you do, because subscribers are people. And I'm appreciative if you're subscribed to this channel. The most rewarding thing about making videos on YouTube, other than the intrinsic value that it brings me, are the comments. So thank you to those who take the time to share what is on their mind and type something out. And I try my best to respond to each comment, or at least to read them all. And I've gotten so many emails over the years that are just wonderful, and people ask amazing questions and I try to reply back to them. So thank you for those emails as well. Now, I'm aware that Hello from Hawaii falls under an unorthodox genre. I'm not a travel tips channel or a Hawaii food channel or a Hawaii shopping channel. I try to talk about different things that I see, things that I think others may find helpful or interesting, things that I think normal people would just talk about like in real life. And sometimes these videos do well and sometimes they don't do well. It's been tempting at times to expand the scope of this channel into subgenres related to Hawaii. I mean, clearly there's an audience for those types of things like food reviews, but then I think about the mistakes I made with my previous YouTube channel. The content that I make needs to be something that I can stand by and look back on proudly. And those other topics are just not what I'm passionate about or interested in sharing. And also, the creators who talk about those things already do a wonderful job. I don't know what more I can add to that. You know, I don't know how long I'll be making videos on YouTube, maybe 5 to 10 years, but however long it is, I want to look back and be proud that I helped people, had the opportunity to share about my home from a somewhat thoughtful perspective, I think, and connect with locals and non-locals as genuinely as I could through this platform. And so that's why I YouTube. Thanks for watching, and aloha.
Hello.